Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hare Guruvayurappa Sharanam. Dasaga 82 of Narayaneeyam is Banasura Yuddham and Nrugamoksham. Srimad Bhagavata Dasamam chapter 61.21 to end of chapter 64 is summarized here in this Dasaga. After Kamadeva was burnt by Shiva, he was reborn as Pradyumna, as Krishna Rukmani's son. He was kidnapped by Shambhara, an Asura, immediately after his birth and was thrown to the sea and was swallowed by a fish. This fish came to Shambhara's cook only, and when he cut, saw the infant and took out from the fish's belly. This baby was secretly brought up by Rati, Kama's wife, who was staying in the house of Shambhara, since she recognized Pradyumna as Kamadeva's reborn. He married Rukmavati, that is Rukmi's daughter. Then his son Aniruddha married Rochana, granddaughter of Rukmi. Rukmi was killed by Balrama during a dice game. Now, Bana, Mahabali's son, a great devotee of Shiva, had a charming daughter named Usha. Being a stern disciplinarian, Usha was brought up in strict seclusion in the ladies' quarters. One night, she saw a charming prince in her dream and fell in love with him and became disconsolate. Chitralega, her friend, was the daughter of Kubantaka, who is the chief minister of Banasura. Noticing Usha's sadness, her friend was concerned and inquired what he was like. The princess Usha told the details of his features. Now, Chitralega was a good artist and she began to draw the pictures of various princes. When she drew the picture of Aniruddha, Usha blushed and confessed that this indeed was the prince she had dreamt of. Chitralega was a great magician too. She could fly in the air unseen. She flew to Dwaraka, kidnapped the sleeping prince, and flew back and deposited him in Usha's apartment, while the guards outside snored peacefully. Usha was delighted, and the two lived happily for many days until the guards became suspicious and reported the matter to Banasura. Banasura became furious and rushed at Aniruddha with a huge mace. Aniruddha too was a great fighter and retaliated, scattering the guards. But Banasura, making full use of his 1,000 hands and the Nagabasha, imprisoned him and tied him up. There was consternation at Dwaraka. Aniruddha was missing. Sri Narada now appeared and apprised them of the situation. A great Yadava army was assembled. It was led by Balarama, Krishna, and the Yadava heroes Pradyumna, Satigi, and others. They marched towards Shonidapura and laid siege. When Krishna's conch, the Panchajanya, sounded, the flag mast of Banasura broke in two and the flag fluttered down. Banasura and other demons came forth yelling and fierce battle raged. It was a battle between the powers of good and the powers of evil, and Balrama and Krishna triumphed. Krishna cut down Banasura's hands, of which he was so proud, with his Sudarshana Chakra. Only 4 hands were left now. Sri Rudra himself intervened for his Bhakta Bana, who was left with 4 hands. He pleaded Krishna to spare those 4 hands. When the war was won, Aniruddha was liberated. Aniruddha and Usha were richly endowed and seated in a golden chariot and were escorted with full honors to Dwaraka. Rukmini Devi and other ladies welcomed them. King Nruga had gifted a cow to a holy man. The cow got mixed up with other cows, and the king, without knowing gifted the same cow to another holy man. The man whom it had been gifted earlier got angry now, and as a result of his curse, the king became a chameleon. This story from Purana is intended to teach that offense against a holy person, even by mistake, is fraught and will lead to serious consequences. Now Krishna sent King Nruga to heaven. These are the contents of this Dasaka, and now we will see the slokas. प्रद्युम्नो रुक्मिणेयः स खलु तव कला शम्बरेण हृदस्तं हत्वा रत्या सहाप्तो निजपुरमहरत् रुक्मिकन्यां च धन्यां तत्पुत्रो धानिरुद्धो गुणनिधिरवहत् रोजनां रुक्मिपौत्रीं तत्रोत्याहे गतस्त्वं न्यवतिमुसलिना रुक्म्यभिद्यूतवैराद. Pradyumna Rukmini's son was an aspect of thy essence and was kidnapped by Shambhara at birth. Later Pradyumna killed Shambhara and returned to city Dwaraka with his wife Rati. He also carried away the fortunate daughter of Rukmi and married her. His virtuous son Aniruddha married Rochana and the granddaughter of Rukmi. During a game of dice, when a quarrel arose, Rukmi was killed by Balarama. बाणस्य सा बलिसुदस्य सहस्रबाहोः माहेश्वरस्य महिदा दुहिदा किलोषा तल्पौत्रमेन मनिरुद्धमदृष्टपूर्वं स्वप्नेऽनुभूय भगवन् विरहादुराभूत्. Mahabali's son Bana was a devotee of Shiva and had 1,000 arms. His esteemed daughter Usha had not seen the grandson Aniruddha before. She met him in her dreams and suffered pangs of separation from him. Yoginyadīva kushala khalu chitralekha tasya sakhi vilikadi tarunanasheshan tatra Aniruddha mushaya vididam nishayam aneshta yoga balado bhavado nikedad. Usha's friend Chitralega had yogic powers and was very skilled in making drawings too. She drew portraits of all the young men. Usha picked up Aniruddha's portrait, whom she recognized. Chitralega, with her yogic powers, then brought Aniruddha from thy palace during the night. कन्यापुरे दैदया सुखमारमन्दं चैनं कथञ्चन बबन्धुषि सर्वबन्धौ श्रीनारदोक्त तदुदन्ददुरन्दरोषैः त्वं तस्य शोणितपुरं यदुभिर्नरुन्दाः. In the virgin's chamber, Aniruddha sported happily with his beloved Usha. Bana, Shiva's devotee, came to know this and tied him up. This news was given to thee by Sri Narada. In a fit of unbounded anger, though besieged Bana's city Shonitapura with the help of Yadavas. पुरीबालशैलप्रियदुहिदृ नाथोऽस्य भगवान् समं भूदव्राधैः यदुबलमशङ्गं निरुरुते महाप्राणो बाणो जडिति युयुधानेन युयुधे गुहप्रद्युम्नेन त्वमपि पुरहन्ध्रा जगडिषे. The consort of the mountain's dear daughter, Shiva, being the protector of the city with his army of Budaganas, blocked the army of Yadavas fearlessly. The mighty Bana quickly gave fight to Yuddha, Guha to Pradyumna, and Do to Shiva, the destroyer of the Puras. Nirunda Sheshastre Muhu Muhu Kushit Tavastre Nagirishe Druda Bhuda Bhida Pramada Kulavira Pramatita Paraskandaha Kusuma Charabanaicha Sajiva Sakumbando Bhandam Navamiva Balena Shubibite. All Shiva's weapons were resisted and he was rendered unconscious by thy weapon Mohanastra. All the army of the Buddhas fled in fear and the leaders of the Pramadas were crushed. Skanda was defeated by the flower arrows of Pradyumna's bow. The minister of Bana, Kumbhanda, was soon smashed by Balrama like a new pot. Chabanam Panjashatya Prasavamubhagade Chinna Chabedabane Vyarte Yade Samedo Jarabadirashanaihi Ajvari Tvajjarena Jnani Stutva Dattva Tava Charidajusham Vijwaram Sajjarogade Prayondar Jnanavando Picha Bahutamasa Raudracheshta hi Raudra. Bana came attacking ferociously with 500 bows and arrows, but had to retreat when his weapons broke. Thereupon, the head of all the obsession, the Shaiva fever, came to the forefront but was immediately put out by the Vaishnava fever. The Shaiva fever, who had come to realize thy greatness, praised thee and went back, conferring immunity to all those who sing thy excellences, and went away. The devotees of Rudra are mostly ferocious because of the preponderance of Tamoguna, even though they have knowledge within them. This particular sloga of Narayaneyam recited above, with devotion and faith, whoever recites this said to get relief from all sorts of fevers, and many devotees have experienced the power of this sloka. Especially during the time of this pandemic, let us all chant this at our houses to ward off the ill effects of this virus. I will once again chant this sloga. Chabanam Panjashatya Prasapamubhagade Chinna Chabedabane Vyarte Yade Samedo Jarabadirashanaihi Ajvari Tvajjarena Jnani Stutva Dattva Tava Charidajusham Vijwaram Sajjarogade Prayondar Jnanavando Picha Bahudamasa Raudracheshta hi Raudra. Next sloga. Banam Nanayudogram Punarabhipadidam Darpadosha Nirluna Sheshadosham Sabadi Bubudusha Changareno Pagita Tadvaja Shishtabahu Didiyamupayado Nirbhayam Tatpriyam Tam Muktva Taddattamano Nijaburamagamaha Saniruddha Sahosha. Bana again attacked ferociously, full of arrogance, with his many various weapons, though made him devoid of all wise and his many arms by cutting them off. Shankara soon realized thy greatness and praised thee, and on his request, though left off Bana, with his two arms on both sides. Bana, who was then spared from the fear of death, honored thee, though then returned to the city Dwaraga with Aniruddha and Usha. मुहुस्तावच्चक्रं वरुणमजयो नन्दहरणे यमं बालानीतौ दवदहनपाने निलसखं विधिं वल्सस्ते गिरिशमिह बाणस्य समरे विभो विश्वोत्कर्षी तथयमवतारो जयति ते. Though indeed he defeated Indra again and again, Varuna was defeated when he kidnapped Nandagopa, and Yama was defeated by thee when he took away the children of thy Guru. Agni, Vayu's friend, was overcome when thou drank it during the forest fire, and Brahma was defeated when he stole away the calves. Shiva was defeated here in Bana's battle. Therefore, O Hare, this incarnation of thee excels and wins over all other thy incarnations. Hare Namaha. Dujarusha Krigalasavaburdharam Nruganribam Tridivalayamabayan Nijajane Duja Bhakti Manuttamam Ubadishan Pavaneshwara Pakimam. King Durga, who was reduced to the body of a chameleon by a holy Brahmin's curse, was purified and sent to heaven by thee. By this, thou instructed thy devotees to have supreme respect over holy men. Hare Guruvayurappa, kindly save me. With this sloga, this Dasaga 82 we have completed. Now we will listen to Sati Suresh bhajan song.
वेङ्कटाचलनिलयं वैकुण्ठपुरवासं पङ्कजनेत्रं परमपवित्रं शङ्खचक्रगध चिन्मयरूपं वेङ्कटाचलनिलयं वैकुण्ठपुरवासम् मकरकुण्डलधर मदनगोपालं भक्तपोषक श्री पुरन्दरविठलं वेङ्कटाचलनिलयं वैकुण्ठपुरवासम्. हरि ओं विठ्ठला